Hello people, Greg the Wild Hippie back once again. Today I'm going to have a look at starting this one. Never heard of this manufacturer before, but it's the Armstrong Whitworth Whitley medium bomber. Beautiful aeroplane in my opinion. Let me open the box up and show you what's inside. Yeah, okay, so I bought this kit off some chap online called, I'm not going to mention his name, but I bought a lot of kits off him fairly recently. He was selling his stash, this one he sold me, I can't remember how much I paid for it, but I know it was cheap. I think it was maybe 15 quid or something, but yeah, look what it comes with. I mean, we've got some photo etch here. So it's got the round aerial, some seat belts by the look of it, and then the little doobies that go on the ailerons. It's got resin parts, so it's got the engines. It's got it's got the seats, wheel bays, and a few other bits and pieces, prop spinners. Not sure what the other bits are. There's your clear bits, they look quite nice. Loads of decals, you can do several different versions of this plane. I'm probably going to do one of the ones with a bit of nose art on it, just to add a bit of interest. And yeah, the parts look reasonably well moulded. The only thing I don't like is there's no locator pins in the fuselage, by the look of it, or on the engine cowls, or on any of it, which might be a bit of a problem. But yeah, we shall see. I don't know how good this kit's going to be. It looks nice, so that's always good, a bonus, if you will. Get two instruction manuals. They're both identical. It looks pretty standard. If I can get it to start opening, bear with me. Come here, bugger. There you go. So yeah, pretty standard stuff. Does all the colour call outs and everything. Pretty straightforward. Showing about the belly turret. Don't quite know how that works. Don't know enough about the Whitley, but I'm going to have it. I'm going to have it stowed inside, because it won't. Looking at angles and things doesn't really show it very well. But I don't think it will be able to be deployed and the wheels down. I'm going to have it with the wheels down. More so going to look, because there's detail here, supposedly. The instructions are saying that there's some detail there, but no, there isn't on the inside of the fuselage, so I won't even bother doing that bit. So I was thinking about maybe trying to cut the door off and have it open, because you've got a bit of flooring that goes in here, but there's none of that on the inside of the fuselage, which is a disappointment. So yeah, it's pretty straightforward, really. Not a huge amount. Oh, that's what the PE bits are for. They're for the tail fins, because obviously the Whitley has two. This could be a very it's going to be a good build either way. I think it's going to be a bit of a challenge. Yeah, see, it shows there with the wheels up and the turret deployed, and then wheels down, turret stowed. So yeah, we're going to do this one wheels down, sort of sit on my shelf with my other bombers. I'm going to try and work out what the what colours I need, and then I'll bring you back once I've made a start on it. I'll see you shortly, people. Right, I thought I'd just start showing you some of these resin parts. They're yeah, they're quite nice. Yeah, some of the moulding leaves a little bit to be desired on them, but yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, so I was got to say on that. So I'm going to paint the bits that need to be interior green, and then crack on and do the rest. So yeah, I've already done a few bits and pieces inside to the fuselage and stuff. So yeah, I'll do the bits on here, and then I'll bring it back. As always, bad light. I do apologise. That's a bit better. So yeah, that's the cockpit in place and the base of the front turret. Yeah, there's the glass of the front turret on there. Don't know where you can see it, but there's that. I'll put the gun on and that on tomorrow. Yeah, that's about it really for the minute. Just thought I'd give you a little update. So yeah, that's there. That's ready to get glued together once I've built the rear turret, which is the next stage, I think. And yeah, get that together. I'll bring you back when it's done a bit more. See you in a bit. Alright, back again with this. Yeah, the fly, what's it called? Whitley. It's an awful kit. It really is. There's no locator pins or anything like that anywhere on this kit, so the underside doesn't want to stick together properly. So there's a great big fecking ridge. So yeah, yeah, don't buy this kit. Well, I just about managed. We'll see how that glues up, but I'm not happy with it. There's a great big ridge on the top. I think I've just about managed to get the middle together at the bottom, where there should be like a belly turret, which sort of folds up when the wheels are down, which is, yeah, never heard of it before, and that circle bit that goes in there is totally the wrong shape and size for that. It's just a really disappointing kit, especially considering it came with all the photo etch and the resin parts. It's just an absolute disappointment. So yeah, never mind, we'll get there. Well, yeah, it's together. Needed a boatload of filler, especially underneath. I mean, the round bit where the turret's supposed to go just didn't fit at all. I'm wondering if it was meant to go in the other way up, because like it shows there where you build it, and you can see that there's like a disc that goes underneath, and it goes in that way. Yeah, but the instructions for that bit are unclear, so I've just ended up filling the hole. Yeah, a bit of a nightmare. As I said, not impressed with this kit. I will not be buying fly models again. Real disappointment considering the you know, the resin parts and the photo etch as well, wherever I put it. Yeah, real disappointment. But never mind, it didn't cost me a lot of money, so yeah. I'll bring it back once that's dried and I've sanded it back. See you shortly. Right, okay, so where it says on the instructions there and on the other bits, cut off 5mm, don't, because the wheelbase fit perfectly as they are, doesn't need to be taken off. And surprisingly, the wings go together okay. No issues really, just got to tape the front and the back of the bit around the engine bay because of the spar is slightly big, but yeah, goes together surprisingly well. And also with the wheelbase, don't saw the bottom of the bottom of the resin off, where like it says in the instructions, because as you can see with that one, sorry, I've pointed with my eyes. Yeah, with this one, I just trimmed it down so it would fit in the edges, but I've left the height there. And can I get you pick? You can't really pick that up, but it fits perfectly. So you don't need to trim it down to saw it down, because you end up buggering it. It all cracks around the edges and all that. But once it's in, obviously it's going to be sitting on its wheels, so you're not going to see it. So it doesn't matter too much. But yeah, I'll get that wing together, and then I'm going to do the tail plane. So yeah, see you in a moment. Well, that one didn't go together quite as well. There's a great big step in between the two bits. I tried bending it, I tried all sorts, so it wouldn't work, so I've just kind of given up. Tail planes have gone together quite nicely. Yeah, let them set, and then there's some PE to go on them. But I'm still waiting for all of this to dry. So it's probably it for today. Yeah, I'll bring it back tomorrow when I've done some more, as always. See you in a bit. Well, I've managed to get the wings on just about. That took a bit of doing. Obviously there was no tabs or anything. They just literally butt up against there. So there's lots of glue and some sellotape, and then with big gaps. Yeah, they've been filled. So wait for that to dry till tomorrow, and get that sanded back, and I can try and get the sellotape residue off. Yeah, I've got to stop using cheap sellotape because it always does this. Leaves a horrible mess. But yeah, that's it for today, I think. So I will bring you back tomorrow when I've done a bit more. See you in a bit. Right, okay, so I was wrong. With the shaving the 5mm off the front of the engine roots on the wings. I thought I could get away with cutting off the 5mm from the engine cowl bit. Nope, that didn't work. So I did it properly on the other one, and yeah, it's sitting a few mil further out. But the fit on these is absolutely awful. I mean, can you see the gap around the massive, great big lump around the side? The one where I cut off the engine cowl seems to fit slightly better. It's absolutely pig awful. Not very happy at all with this. But I'll do what I can, as always. But yeah, at least the tail plane's on, and they're on now. So yeah, continue on with the next bit. Probably start painting soon. This kit is seriously going to go in the bin in a minute. Absolutely shite. Trying to clean up the seam lines on these crappy fucking engine things. That one popped off, and now this one's popped off as well. Fuck's sake. No, really shit design. Alright, super glued it back together. I mean, hopefully from a distance it won't look too bad. You know, see how blatantly one side's longer than the other because I fucked it up. Apologies for the swearing. I'm stressed out with this kit now. Just want to get it finished, so I'm just gonna leave it at that. Probably do the painting and hope for the best. I need to clean off the stupid sellotape tackiness as well. So yeah, I'll do that. I'll bring you back when I've done the black. Alright, see you shortly. Oh, there we go. That's the underside black. Yeah, it's still a bit shiny in places. It's only just finished. Be interesting to see whether or not I can get the undercarriage to work. Because those wheel bays are not in straight. I mean, from a distance it doesn't look too bad, and you know, no one really pays a great deal of attention to my models when they're sitting on the shelf or on the ceiling. People go, oh, they're cool, and that's about it. So no one's going to notice the imperfections in it apart from me. So yeah, apologies for the swearing earlier, but that was really stressful with them engine cowls. Or the engine roots, because the cowls have still got to go on. Yeah, that's going to be fun. But yeah, gonna let that dry. Then I'll do the brown on the top before I continue with the build. So yeah, I'll see you in a little while. Alright, back again. Yeah, the top side's all been painted the brown colour. Yeah, just doing sort of a bit of a try fit on the undercarriage, and this side, for some reason it's leaning inwards, which is really annoying. Can't do anything about it, because if I straighten it up, then you know it goes off centre with the groove in the middle where part of the undercarriage comes out. So I've got to keep it that way. It looks like it's the wheelbase gone in straight. It looks straight in there, but obviously there's got to be something out of whack somewhere, because this side looks the same, but as you can see, it's nice and straight. I can't do anything about it, so it's going to be bloody wonky. Yeah, it's going to be wonky when it sits. So I might look into trying to convert it to make it wheels up in that case, but I don't know how possible that's going to be. So I'm going to look into that, and I'll bring you back when I've done a little bit more. Right, I went with wheels down in the end because it was far too complicated to try and work out how much of the wheel should be sticking out, yada yada. So yeah, I'm going to have to put up with it sitting slightly wonky on this side. That one, yeah. So I let them dry, let the tail wheel dry, put that in, probably be tomorrow now or later this evening, and see whether or not she'll actually stand on her legs. Be interesting. If it does, then I'm probably going to chuck it in the bin. Right, okay, so it's the next day now. I've got the tail wheel on. Let's see the moment of truth then. I haven't actually done this yet. I'm doing it first time on camera. Well, apart from that one being seriously wonky, yeah, she doesn't sit too badly. Yeah, not much I can do about that really. But yeah, she's got her legs. She's not sitting lopsided though, so that's good. Yeah, okay, it's a little bit wonky. I'll display that a good side. But yeah, I was expecting this wing to sit a lot lower when it doesn't. From what I can tell, maybe a millimetre if that. But yeah, that's good news. Means I don't have to give up on it. So yeah, I'm going to do the green camo, and then probably get the decals on, and then finish her off. So yeah, I'll bring you back when I've done the green. Ta-da! Alright, did anyone else ever find this? Camouflage pattern instructions on the box or on the in the instructions just don't actually transfer across. So you got this little picture here which shows what it is on the top side, and that's supposed to be this one at the bottom, but it doesn't match. I find this more often than not with camouflage, and it doesn't even match the one above, which is another different aeroplane. But yeah, does anyone else ever find that? You end up just literally kind of, I'm gonna go with the top one, and then the sides I'm just gonna kind of make up as I go along. But I'd like to hear if anyone else finds that problem with this. The companies that make that make these don't actually look into, don't actually study the painting guide particularly strong. They go, oh yeah, that's close enough. Also, I often think that whoever writes the instruction booklet for model aircraft, especially, or any models in general, have actually never built a model in their lives, because it's always in the wrong order, or they try and cram too much into one. Too much into one spot. But anyway, I'm going to stop waffling and carry on painting. Ta-da! Oh, right, the engines are on. They look a bit weird, but the propeller bosses are installed as well. So that might be it, but it just doesn't look right. But never mind. Probably once I've painted them up, they'll look a bit better. Hope they hold, because they don't really. They just seem to be gripping on the exhausts and then a little bit at the top. This is a dodgy kit. It's the only way to describe it. I'm gonna let them dry, slap some paint on them, and then it will be time to give it a coat of varnish and be ready for decals. It's considering the challenge, I'm reasonably happy with it, but it has been a horrible challenge the whole time. It's fought me. But never mind, I'm going to let that dry and bring it back once I've painted them. Right, well, I was having a look at these metal hinges for the undercarriage doors, and yeah, they're that, but you fold it in half, and it's so stupidly small that I can't grip it with the tweezers properly, and I thought it had stuck on the super glue, and yeah, the floor got it. And like I said, they're what, 4mm by about 1mm. Yeah, that's disappeared onto the floor. They're never to be seen again, I don't think. So I'm going to say nuts to them, because you're not going to see them anyway. They're on the inside, and I've never had any issues with undercarriage doors falling off before once they're stuck. So yeah, nuts to them. Yeah, totally nuts to them. Can't be bothered. But yeah, but I will use these. These are for the ailerons and the flaps, whatever you want to call them, and the rudder. That'll be pretty cool. And then that's an aerial which can go on last. So I'll use them, but the little hinges can cock off. Right, engines are on. I don't think they're perfectly straight, but they just didn't want to stick. Yeah, really. So just yet another issue with this kit. I painted the undersides. Yeah, it's waiting for them to dry. Then I'll do the colour on the top, and then she'll be. I've touched up the black along the edges, most of it. Yeah, I'll get the wheelbase on, and then give her a coat of varnish, and she'll be ready for decals. Yeah, bring it back when she's ready for decals. Right, I forgot to bring it back before I did the decals, so I've made a start. I've done the first 4. Yeah, there you go. So I've got to do the red dots in the middle, which I'll do last. I'm just about to do the decals on this side. So yeah, I'll bring it back when I've done them. So yeah, decals are on now. Yeah, you saw the underside. Yeah, the only issue is this little red dot had split, which is rather annoying, but never mind. It'll do. I realise why the engines look so weird. Is that I've stuck them too far forward in the engine cowls, because going by the pictures, the props are only just in front of the engine cowls. But yeah, it just doesn't make any sense, like most of this kit. So I'm not impressed with it at all. I won't be buying any more flying models. But yeah, the instructions don't make a lot of sense, and yeah, there's no guide markings anywhere to stick anything. There's no locating pins. I've bitched about this before, but yeah, I'm very glad that it's nearly finished now. So yeah, go let them set overnight. Well, not overnight. We'll set them set for a couple of hours, and I'll slap another coat of varnish on it. And then tomorrow I'll put all the glass on and think about doing some weathering on it. I might just sack it and stick it on the shelf. See how I feel in the morning. So yeah, I'll see you in a bit, peeps. Right, the 2 struts are on, which I nearly forgot about, and then the 2 little PE things for the rudder control. The instructions show that there's locating hole marks on there, when there blatantly isn't, and I don't know whether or not you'll be able to pick it up, but I just realised I put the second one on. The ones on the right hand fin are higher than the ones on the left hand fin, which is really annoying, and they were fiddly little bastards, so they can stay like that. To be honest, I can't be bothered. I want this kit finished. I'm like truly fed up with it now. So yeah, there's 2 to go on each aileron on the wings, and then that's it for the, well, apart from the aerial, which goes on very last. Apart from that, that's it for the PE. So I'll do them, and then obviously let it dry overnight fully, because I've put some extra varnish over the decals to seal them in. So yeah, I'll do that, and I'll see you tomorrow. Alright, I don't know how well you're going to pick that up, but she's been weathered now. I've done a bit of panel lining and just some general dirtying up. Annoyingly, I've knocked 4 bits off. They're stupid little photo etch things for I've knocked 3 of them off, and then the other strut for the tailplane. It's a bit aggro annoying, but you know, it happens. Yeah, Gonna let her dry for an hour or so, and then if I can find them, little photo etch bits, I'll stick them back on. If not, then I'll probably knock most of the others off, because I don't think they really add anything. Plus they tend to be in the wrong place, so I might as well just knock them all off, and I'll refix that. And then that will be pretty much it. I'll put the glass on the front and rear turret, and then I think that will be oh yeah, and the props, the propeller blades, and then that'll be finished. Thank goodness. But yeah, I'll leave that for a few hours to dry properly, and yeah, I'll bring you back when I've done it. See you shortly. Right, whoever thought this was a good idea should be taken around the back and shot. I mean, the prop blades obviously are as separate parts, as you can see. Yeah, rivet counters down there probably told me I got that around the wrong way, but I've got the point where I don't care anymore. Yeah, so I'm waiting for glue to dry. Got to hold it up at this angle. I think I'm going to use super glue on the rest of them. So it's really just pointless and stupid, like this entire kit. But I've got the glass on. So yeah, that's something at least. Yeah, I know I've got the paints the wrong colours on that, but I really can't be bothered anymore, because I thought that one was for the back and the other one was for the front, but it turns out that's the front one and there isn't one on the back, so nuts. Yeah, so yeah, I'm going to stick the others on with super glue, because I can't be bothered anymore. Well, yeah, definitely. Whoever thought that individually bladed props are a good idea needs to be taken around the back and shot. That was horrible, but I managed. So yeah, she's all finished. Because of the nature of the kit and what that looks like on the side there, I'm going to name her Slop. Really was a viciously horrible kit from start to finish. Nothing fit right, nothing sat properly. But I persevered, and yeah, I got there in the end. So I'm just going to go pop her on her shelf, and I'll be back. And there she is, next to me Sunderland, underneath me my Halifax, my Vampire, my Canberra, and then my collection of fighters that I did right at the start of getting back into the hobby. But yeah, there's Slop in her place. Won't forget about her. Thank you very much for watching. Please leave us a like, drop us a comment, and also please check out my PayPal. There will be a link in the description below. Yeah, just asking for £1 a month to help me keep on top of my paints and stuff. As you've seen on this video and a couple of others, that some of my paints have dried out and I can't really afford to get new ones at the minute. So yeah, if you can, that would be very much appreciated. If you can't, again, don't worry about it. Just yeah, I appreciate you watching my videos. So thank you very much, and I'll see you on the next one very soon. Take it easy, people. Ta-da.